Okay, so I have my sister Sarah, her daughter Aspen, and my mother Linda, and they're here to talk about their experience with night terrors. Sarah, please take it away.
My name is Sarah, and about 2 weeks ago, my daughter Aspen, my 4-year-old daughter, she woke us up about approximately 11 o'clock. You say 11:30.
Midnight.
It was the
Yeah.
first time, actually, the first time. And she had gone back to sleep. We'd finally, I'd calmed her down. She was acting strange while she was up, awake. Calmed her back down. She finally went back to sleep. And I'd say about 1:30 in the morning. Yeah, about 1:30 in the morning. What?
I don't remember twice that night at all.
Oh, that was, yeah, it was about 11:30 and then about 1:30.
It was about 12:30 when she started screaming.
Okay, maybe it was about 12:30
And
then.
when she started screaming, I got up and went in there, and nothing would appease her. She wouldn't let me touch her. She wasn't even yelling your name. Usually she yells mommy. She wasn't. She was just screaming. Kicking and screaming and wouldn't let me touch her.
And when Mom came and got me, I went up, and normally I can calm her down fairly easily. And that night I couldn't. She was kicking me. She was screaming at me. It was like I had no clue who she was. She was definitely
It's
not
like
my Aspen.
She had no clue who you were.
Yeah, she had no clue who even I was.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't care. It went on for about 2 hours or so.
Yeah, I'd say.
About 2 hours, in every attempt to calm her down. And we ended up here on the living room floor, out here, and I began basically having a mental breakdown, felt like, because it was so strange, and began crying. And finally, at about,
Well, she sat her in the middle of the floor because she would just kick and scream, not letting anyone touch her, cuddle her, anything. So she sat in the middle of the floor. We finally decided just to let her work it out, and she did that, kicking and screaming and turning around in a circle
flopping around,
flopping around for a good hour.
not letting us touch her, come near her.
Right. And then suddenly, she runs over, gets her blanket, runs over and jumps on her mommy's lap.
And then instantly
Mm-hmm.
was asleep.
It was over. And then the next day, I tried to kind of question her as to what she remembered about it, and she remembered nothing.
Nothing. She had no
She
clue.
looked at
She
me
was
like-
confused.
Yeah, she looked at me so confused, like, what was I talking about? She didn't remember anything.
It's one of the scariest things,
Mm-hmm.
scariest times as a mother to not know what's going on with your daughter.
And not have her recognize you or respond to your cuddling or respond to your touch as normal. It was really scary. I know why they call it night terrors. Because they seem to be terrified, and it terrifies anyone around them.
So, how did you know it was night terrors?
Well, the doctor I work for, because it's just unsettling when you're not sure what's going on with your child. And I began just telling him, describing what happened and the reason I was so tired at work. And after just a few things that I had said, he instantly, night terrors. And I said, well, are you sure? What's night terrors? And he began describing it and stating that it's pretty common with kids. It's just, it's never happened in our family before.
So after her doctor said that, I went on the internet and started doing some research. And it described the way she acted to a T.
Yeah.
It was true. I knew that's what it was.
And now, Aspen, can you tell us a little bit about yourself? What's your name?
Aspen,
And how old are you?
4,
How many fingers?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Now, do you remember what Mommy and Grandma were talking about?
No.
No. Do you not remember everything that happened that night?
But
No.
I remember some.
Some? But not all of it? No. Was it scary? All right. Well, that wraps up our interview about night terrors. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.